Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Dakla Oasis. I've just reloaded the save and paused immediately. I'm gonna try and, well, mostly impossible to tell whether things have loaded incorrectly without the game being unpaused. And I'm just kind of trying to see if I notice anything sticking out that seems obviously incorrect. I don't really see anything obvious. Of course, that doesn't in any way confirm or deny my suspicions of things saving incorrectly. I don't know, these houses all seem like that they're the same, all of the wells seem like they're fine. Well, let's just get a good look at a large portion of the city and unpause. Does anything seem to change? I don't see anything obvious. Dunno. Dunno. Well, let's take a look at this. We're doing fine here. How is the 69... Okay, well, we're almost there. So I guess the question is, do we just do the thing and get out of here, or do we continue to try? I guess there's not really any point, is there? Really? Just noticed some road over here that needs some plaza. Actually, let's go ahead and go through and make sure all of the roads that should have plaza do have plaza. Go ahead and take that all the way up there. This can come down a little further. These, I don't know about. This... yeah, I don't know. Can push it just a smidgen further in some of these areas. Right there. Not really a whole lot of point in doing this, to be perfectly honest, but meh, I'm gonna anyway. Oh. Is this... That might be something that's loading incorrectly or something. Wait, no, that's not. Oh, yeah. These are not, it's not that it's not loading correctly, it's that they are disappearing after something is happening. Let's try moving the camera off of it and then back on. No? I don't know what that is. I'm not going to continue trying to place it if it is just gonna disappear anyway. I'm not gonna fight with it, but that is interesting. I'm just gonna push it as far as we can. Yeah, why not? Just put it everywhere. That is a alleyway through, I believe. So is that. It's probably about the best we can do. I'm not sure about this stretch of road. Whatever. These I'll leave off. I'm still not entirely convinced that we need to have them there in the first place, so... Okay, these have stayed this time. Interesting. Don't seem to have disappeared. This one too. Huh. Alright, let's stop messing around with that and get back to... I don't know, something. I guess we're still waiting for the granite. Are we going to need to connect the road? I'm not actually sure. I'm going to leave the road off for now and see.
The city is the greatest.
Could be better. I mean, I guess, like, just looking at the majority of the city, it's pretty nice. It's just a real bummer that we can't bump those houses up further. That papyrus, man. I'm thinking part of the issue is, especially here at the beginning where we started, we did six houses per housing district, I guess. So these are servicing 6 houses when I don't think there's any particular reason they can't be servicing, like, double that. Well, 12 might be pushing it a little bit, but... I think at least... certainly 8, probably 10. 12 is probably pushing it, at least with this particular configuration. Maybe there's another way to do this. Like, ideally, we would have it to where we have the road and we have the housing, right? Something like this. And then the buildings that service the housing are as close to the end of this road as possible, so that the people, when they come out, they only want to go in this direction. Of course, that's just not feasible. We can't have everything on the literal end of the road. So I think, in terms of how many houses we can do, the measure, let's use this, is going to be from the farthest end of the road. How far that he can go. That's like, if this was I don't know, who cares, a tax agency, let's say, farthest out in this direction, how far can he get from here down this way? That is the theoretical largest number of houses that we can do in this configuration. The problem is, we need like this much road, probably more. Let's actually measure it. 3, 2, there's that. Nine-ish. Let's call it 10. So that right there is the amount we need. Oh no, it's gonna be more than that because we would need the library, right? Not library, school. If we were doing this as much as possible, like over here. Let's measure this instead. That's like, let's call that 12. So that would be it. From the houses to the end point of the structures needed to service the houses. That's 12 blocks, 12 tiles, 12 whatever. I'm not sure that someone exiting this building here is going to be able to reach here. But even if he is, this structure here is also a problem. Because if we're building this such that the farthest that this building can travel to the housing is the distance, the amount of housing we attach to this. This is still an issue because if it happens that this structure gets messed up in whatever happens, like with these guys.
The city is the greatest.
I don't know which one it is, but one of them, okay, is probably Bast then. She's only going in that direction to start with. So, if they only go in this direction to start with, they will go to there and then come back. And if we assume that, I don't know, this is the maximum distance that the walker can travel, that's 12. $17. So 12 that way, 12 this way. This is as far as he'll go. That right there. If this building only sends people in this direction, that is as far as their walker will go. Theoretically. I'm noticing pottery? Really? She has pottery.
No one can no.
I do my best to give the people what they want.
Case in point, she only wants to go that way to start with. I see there's the other one, the other walker, bazaar seller walker. But you see, that's the issue here. Which means, obviously this is not the actual measurement. It's probably can go, like, to here for this kind of distance. Actually. Because, like, I feel like they can go farther than this. But the thing is, I don't actually know. But if we theoretically say that from here to there is the farthest they will go, this building messes up, then that is the farthest we can go, which means that for safety's sake, we can only do 4 houses for this many buildings, which is just not feasible. I think this right here with 6 is probably actually the actual distance that is perfectly safe. Come to think of it, because these have never run into any issues of that sort that I've noticed. But it's still like, this is not enough houses for this many of these structures. I'm not even just talking about employment. It is inefficient to have this much papyrus going to these schools that only service this many houses. Now, I expect it probably runs out of papyrus more quickly based on how many houses it services. So it might be that eventually it'll stabilize. But I don't know for certain. And I still think that it's just, we're wasting, like, these especially. These can service as many houses as we want them to. As many houses as they will walk past. How do we do this? More efficiently? I'm not really sure. Because if structures run into this issue where they only send people in one direction, I don't... Other than making things much more... Not smaller. That decreasing the number of houses serviced by the buildings, other than doing that, I don't know how to solve this issue. I just had a thought. Let me try something. What if... No. Just temporarily? I know it thinks it's not adjacent to a road, but that's close enough to the road to be serviced by firemen and architects. Pretty sure. And it should be able to spawn the walker on the roadblock, right? No? Really? Okay, well, I guess that won't work. My thought was doing it this way, that way, like, this is kind of almost guaranteed to be the end of the road for this thing, and we could, like, maybe manipulate it in some way. That'd be really tough, come to think of it. Okay, that won't work. How about, One mechanism that is interesting to manipulate, I've never really, like, done it purposefully, but in some of the cities we've had, we have had it to where just assume this connects to that. Basically, the route that they can go when exiting the building is one way, but then they can return going down a different way, and this basically forces them along this road that they wouldn't normally be able to access. I think last city with the city block chunks that were like this did this a lot, where these areas were getting accessed by the walkers coming from this because they could return this direction. The problem with this is it'll work for buildings kind of over here and over here, going the other way, but anything along here doesn't really work that way, so I wonder if we were to do something like this, and then do housing. Obviously assume that the distances of the road would be ironed out to be nice. Housing along these straight bits here, and then along here, put all of the municipal things that the houses need, and have it in chunks like this. Because that's, if we space things out nicely and don't have these blockages, that's 6 either side is 12. Is that enough room for all of the buildings that we would need? Let's see. Assuming, you know what, I don't need all of this. We're testing things, we're figuring things out, fiddling. Get out the way. Let's assume that I think it might be best if we leave space like that. Then what? Oh, that's weird. Oh, you know what? I bet they're coded to be similar to the pavilions and interact with the road in a similar way. But let's assume this, right? While we're doing this, we might as well. Oh, we're almost there. Okay. I'll put down the obelisk, and we'll just finish this city. It's entirely possible that we could probably get this to work, but I think it's going to be too much of a pain in the butt. We need to do the libraries in order to get past this, and I don't know. We might be able to do 4x4s, but I don't. At this point, I don't really feel inclined to go to that much effort, to be perfectly honest. We're going to have to reconfigure this and reconfigure this, and
The city is decorated.
she's just refusing to go in this direction. So no, we'll just leave it be. And
The city is fantastic.
okay, whatever.
I feel truly sorry for my clients. They aren't around to enjoy this incredible city.
I'd rather live here than anywhere else.
Huh.
This city earns top marks.
Anyway, yes, if we assume something like this, let's see. We have one of those. Let's say a temple. That's not in the right spot. Temple. Courthouse. Somewhere we would have the pavilion. I almost feel like that should be... I'm gonna move this whole configuration because this is bothering my brain. Let's see. Nope. Something to that effect, right? And then we've got the courthouse, we've got the temple. Okay, now this direction is going to be something we're going to need to figure out. Ooh, you know what? What if we did it like this? No. Not actual houses. We're not building with actual houses here. There's potential for something like this. Now, part of the issue here, fairly obviously, is that we do not have proper control over where they decide to go back. The walkers from these buildings, right? But let's figure out what sort of size we need. We need one of these, we need one of those. Pavilion, I guess I'm gonna put plaza. That'll indicate the pavilion. It doesn't need to be there, but see, that's something that's worth remembering. That is going to be an intersection, whether we like it or not. That's definitely part of problem with like getting this into a really tight configuration where it works really nicely, is you've got to have the intersection. So any time if this decides to only send people this direction, this intersection will make it to where when they come back, they go even less far fairly often, because they can go this way, turn this way, come out, and then go this way, and then come back. And they can easily get to where they just get caught up in over here and never actually end up down here. One way to possibly solve that issue, or at least mitigate it, is to actually have one of, or two of each of the structures. And if we're doing more dense housing like this, that might be more doable. Okay. Something to think about, but if we assume that it's just one of each, we've got one of each of those. Physician, mortuary, taxes. Firehouse, architect, dentist. What are we missing? Library. Or, school, not library, whatever it is. Well, obviously there's the water and bazaar. So that's those. I think having those further towards the part where the road isn't roadblocked, like this is the main road, the main route, right? I think having... gonna do a different statue for this. Having those at this extremity works better, because these have only one single walker that come out from them. These actually have two once they're upgraded. So that somewhat mitigates the issues. That leaves some space for... I'm thinking, just before I forget, we would want one more of each of the firehouse and the... maybe do it like that. Firehouse, architect, firehouse, something like that. Realistically, probably have the firehouses down here. Or so. Something like that. But let's just... We're just focusing on spacing right now. This is the spacing that we would need. Theoretically, that's the max number of houses that would fit here. I feel like this might be worth testing out. What if instead we tried to bury the pavilion into one of these? Let's just remove any ideas of housing over here. That's not what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that. And maybe Firehouse Architect. Not necessarily like that, but you know. One of each. And just leave that as is, road blocked off. I think the way to make this work would be what if we went inward instead? Will that work? No. Yes. That does eliminate that. Is that okay? I'm not 100% convinced by this, but let's just follow it through to conclusion. If we were to do something like that. And then they would be just in here, and this plaza would be servicing all of these houses. How do we get these ones? That's the same issue with getting... What am I trying to say? Doing what I was just about to do was going to put one of these, the same thing here. That creates the same problem of having, again, an intersection connected to this. What if we took the road all the way along to here? I should probably put in that, yeah. Perfect timing. No, no, oh, come on. Here we go. %? Why 0%? That's been sat there for how long now? Oh, are you serious? It's just now gonna... Okay, well. Anyway... How much do we need? Wait. Take out these two houses. Something like this. On this end. No, it's this that we need to remove. Part of the road. Because this... $900? Do we have that? Nope. Not yet. Stockpile, please. Roadblock there. Now the question that needs to be answered with this. Can he get from here all the way to the end? I guess that's the point of using this system, isn't it? It doesn't matter if he can get to the end on the outward journey, because once they finish their outward journey from the structure outward, they can only go a certain distance. But going back, returning to the structure, they can go any distance. Right? I think. I think that's correct. So that'd be there, that'd be there. You'd have the two thingies here. Right? And then this structure would send somebody out and he would go in only this direction and then come to somewhere over here. And once he was finished, he would have to return something like that. I feel like that puts this one at risk of not getting serviced, because going in this direction, he has to go... He will most likely end up where he wants to travel back to his structure this direction. And that'll pass all of these. I don't know, this is relying too much on them going a different distance each time, which is something that can happen. They don't always reach their maximum range, because sometimes they will go back and forth, even on like this sort of area. Like if he stops here, say, will he go like that? I doubt it. He would want to go like this. Which means if he's always going about this far, he will usually want to go down this way. That'll skip this house. That'll skip these houses for service. Well, no, not these ones, because... Actually, not even this one, because going along here, these are 2 away. These will get serviced, guaranteed. And then he'll stop here-ish. Then if he goes this way, that means he'll guaranteed hit these and this if he uses this road to return to his structure. This is the house that I'm feeling like might get left out from this structure. But at the same time, it's possible that he will go down this direction, in which case he will be missing these 2. So, I do think these should be houses here. Well, what if... Because with the plazas inward, we are saving some space here. What if we have... Temple. Courthouse. Temple. Courthouse. Because we already have more than 6 houses in this configuration. I need to... This is just looking at it at a glance, it's confusing me where exactly the plaza is going to be. Those are the plazas. Plazas? Pavilions. Right. Which means that these will get serviced, these will get served. Uh-oh. I know about the famine. Why we're still not... Is that the same one that happened last time? I think it is. Maybe it was that one. No, I think it was that. I don't know. No, it was... Yeah, I don't remember. How's the what's it looking? Might should have done more than one carpenter. I guess we don't need to speed this up too much, but nah. Well, I see a whole line of people headed in right now, so I don't know. That should be able to cover it. Let me see. This pavilion would cover everyone here. This pavilion would cover... Okay, it's covering this twice, so this is a bad spot for the pavilion. I think it would be better to have that be like that. Right? Do I keep calling these plazas? They're pavilions. Okay, now that needs to... That? Yes. Right, you need seven spaces that are not road for that to work. So that can go away. Not accomplishing anything anyway. So then this would need to be roadblocked. So we would need to go one further. Is this making any sense? I think this is, because at this point, this plaza is going to service this house, this. Because they'll come out and have contaminated water. No, that's not good. We're all pulling water from one spot here. Is there anything we can do about that? Okay, well, Anyway, yeah. We would not be able to do housing here because that would not be serviced by... Ran out of pottery again? Yeah. That's super frustrating. Oh look, see there? They're both in that direction. We can't do it this way because these structures need to be close enough to the houses to pull people from them. So we would need to be that size. Right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. 'Cause then... Four, and then these houses are... That can be like that. But we would need to spread the houses out to be 4. Right? Have to... I mean, not necessarily have to, but... be something like that. Oh, and then the other structure could be there, potentially. This might work. This might work. This might possibly be just too many houses. I don't know. All of this is just a massive assumption in the first place, because I don't know if this would actually work, like, in practice. This is all theory. Something like this. And then that'd be... That's the pavilion. Same as that. And then the two... These are here. That might work. And then... Yeah, shut up. And then we would definitely want to do... Temple, courthouse. And then probably... Let me... start from scratch, basically. Let's say... Doctor. Do we need the mortuaries for houses of this size? We needed them for the culture rating, right? I think so. Let's assume mortuaries. Taxes, schools. Something like water, bazaars. And then firehouses, architects, I'm gonna say probably, for safety's sake, more firehouses. Then we've got this area here. No, 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 no. We would need it like this, right? No, come on. Because here... Or maybe not. Maybe not have the road connected like that. Just have this. And scoot this up one. This all looks very nice, but I'm gonna move it. Let's say... there. We would start. Is that enough room? Yes. Because then we would have double down the firehouse. That'd be a lot of firehouses. 4? Is that too many? Probably. I mean, can there ever really be too many? I don't know. Actually. Right there. And that's the main road. Yay! Oh, it's gonna... the game is gonna complete, isn't it? Or the map, the mission, the thingy? Right? Yeah, probably. Gonna finish here in a second. That right there, that annoys me. Why have we not gotten enough grain for... It might be we don't have enough storage set to accept the grain. Okay, well, just to finish this thought, right? I guess I can't illustrate anymore, but have things to where this road does not touch this building, and then this right here, alongside those houses there, is the what do you call it? The house that goes to all of the functional stuff. House? The road that goes to all of the functional structures, like the raw materials and all those sorts of things. And then this would just be self-contained. I feel like there's no possible way that would really work. Is there? Is there? Because this would be a lot more houses per one of these structures than we've got currently in this city. Like, that's 4, 8, 12 in the center there. And then this would be, what, 2 or 3? Plus that one. No. I'm not sure. I can't say. I'm tempted to do this. Nah. I can figure this out again, because this is the main dimensions that we're using here are 4 houses across. That's easy. And then one of each structure going along, such that a road right along these houses does not touch this structure. So it starts there and then goes in that direction, and that's the distance. Right? You know what? I might just try that to start with. actually.
While Egypt falls apart around you, you have managed to hold your city together. These skills will serve Egypt well in the difficult time to come.
Okay. This is, of course, assuming... Oh. The Middle Kingdom. So we... Pre-dynastic, archaic, Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom. Interesting. So we're not... We're a little over... Well... I guess that's not really... I was going to say we're a little over halfway through the Pharaoh, but actually no, because these were way shorter, and things... The missions themselves have gotten longer and longer. I don't know. The Middle Kingdom, born in strife, proves to be a time of great opportunity for your family. With your leadership, Egypt regains its former splendor, and more. Ooh. Are we going to have a selection?
The pharaohs of our forefathers conquered this great plain and built the great pyramids and the Sphinx and the sacred tombs of countless nobles which sprawl across the desert as far as the eye can see. Here is a testament to the ways of old, to the glory that was Egypt, the glory that was Pharaoh. Yet though our monuments endure, the strength that built them does no longer. Osiris has abandoned us. The power of Pharaoh has evaporated like drops of water in the desert. Our enemies dare to challenge his sovereignty and raise sword and spear against us. And Egypt crumbles into dust.
Well, that's a little bleak. I thought for certain the game was going to crash there for a second. It minimized and things seemed, well, like they were going to crash. There is indeed a selection. Thinis, the War for the Throne, or Wasser, Thebes, Glory Threatened. Interesting. I thought Thebes was further north than this. I must be confused. Let's see. What have we got?
The old way of life is gone, and most fear that Egypt will never return to its past glory. Osiris has turned his back on the people, and a series of low inundations has caused widespread famine. The power of the pharaohs, once unquestionable, has evaporated, replaced by bickering provincial leaders. Out of this chaos, two noble families have arisen and are attempting to seize control of the country. The rulers of Henenesu have laid claim to the throne as the rightful heirs. They are particularly cruel and are doing little to assuage the people's hunger. To the south, a new family, the Inyotef house, has risen to power in Wast. This family has done much to reunite the south, and now Henenesu has engaged Wast in a deadly civil war for control of all of Egypt. To show their benevolence to the people of Egypt, the Inyotefs have entrusted you with rebuilding the newly conquered city of Thinis, one of the oldest cities in Egypt. Two of Thinis's finest and most ancient buildings have survived the turmoil of its conquest: the temple complex of Osiris and the mansion. The Inyotefs have decreed that should either of these buildings be destroyed, no funds will be squandered on their restoration. The Wast rulers consider the restoration of Thinis a top priority and have gathered up considerable funds, even in this time of strife, for this purpose. return Thinis to its former splendor, and commission a navy and raise a strong army to defend it from the frequent attacks of those loyal to the Henenesu, including the cities of Sauti, Nekhen, and Kmun. Be careful of the Henenesu rulers. They may demand tribute to see if your loyalty and your demons can be extorted. Also, watch out for the opportunistic Nubians who seek to take advantage of Egypt's internal struggles.
Demons. Interesting. So this seems like this is going to be a heavily combat-oriented map. But we still do need to get a pretty decent city going as well. 10 common residences. Pretty sure those are 2x2s. Pretty sure those are pretty good 2x2s. Don't remember exactly. But I'm pretty sure that's past beer. Interesting. Let's see what the other one has in store.
The old way of life is gone, and most fear that Egypt will never return to its past glory. Osiris has turned his back on the people, and a series of low inundations has caused widespread famine. The power of the pharaohs, once unquestionable, has evaporated, replaced by bickering provincial leaders. Out of this chaos, 2 noble families have arisen and are attempting to seize control of the country. The rulers of Henenesu have laid claim to the throne as the rightful heirs. They are particularly cruel and are doing little to assuage the people's hunger. To the south, a new family, the E118 house, has risen to power in Wast. The family has done much to reunite the south, and now the rulers of Henenesu have engaged the rulers of Wast in a deadly civil war for control of all of Egypt. The E118s, busy fighting the Henenesu rulers, have entrusted you with building up their home city of Wast. If the E118s are to succeed in their fight against the Henenesu rulers and solidify their reputation in Egypt, Wast must be a touchstone on which other cities rely, providing succor or soldiers to those that request aid. Wast, which could be the capital should the E118s reign victorious, must be a great city. Using the scarce resources available to you, build a sun temple and pyramid to show Egyptians the glory of the E118s. Wast itself is not immune to attack. The Henenesu rulers and those loyal to them may threaten your city from time to time, and Henenesu may try to extort demons from your city's treasury. To defend against these considerable risks, build a strong army and navy to defend your city and to come to the defense of other threatened cities.
Wow, okay. So, I would say probably Thinis is going to be predominantly battle on the field. Like, on the map itself. Mostly you're going to be doing that. You're not going to be sending soldiers elsewhere. This one, it seems like you will be get attacked. You will be attacked. But more than that, you're going to be sending aid elsewhere. This is going to be a much larger city. Gonna need a pyramid and a sun temple. Okay. The other one is like... This is intriguing me because you're restoring something that's already there.
The old way of life is gone, and most fear that Egypt will never return to its past glory. Osiris has turned his back on the people, and a series
Temple
of
complex of Osiris and the mansion.
Famine. The power of the pharaohs,
Huh.
once unquestionable, has evaporated, replaced by bickering provincial leaders. Egypt will never return to its past
Interesting.
glory. Osiris
Wast
has turned his
requires
back on
a
the people, and a series
significantly
of low
lower
inundations
kingdom
has caused
rating in order to
widespread
proceed,
famine.
but much higher
The power of
population.
the pharaohs, once The
Huh.
old way of life is gone.
I think I want to do Thinis simply because I've never seen...
Glory. Osiris has turned his back
No,
on
I'm
the
pretty sure
people,
we've
and a
never
series
had
of low
anything
inundations has
on
caused
the map when
widespread
we
famine.
started it.
The power of the pharaohs, once unquestionable, has evaporated.
At the same time, I do want to do a large,
Out of this chaos,
glorious
two noble families
city.
have arisen and are returned to its past glory.
No, I think I'm gonna go ahead with
Osiris has turned
Thinis.
his back on the people, and a series of low
It'll be a lot
inundations
of
has caused
combat, I
widespread
believe,
famine.
but should be pretty exciting and interesting. Ooh, bit of gold. So where are these structures? Oh man, this is a huge map. Huge. Oh, okay. Oh, there's already people living here. Temple of Osiris. It's 400 population already. This is not fully secure. Can we do walls? Sure can. We have 8,000 D-bens. D-bens? Said. Scribal school. Interesting. A little bit of rubble outside. Got hunting going on over here. Interesting. I think it's most likely... Oh, now I don't know. I was gonna say it's most likely they'll come from the north, but Nehen is also aligned with the enemy, but we can trade with them. Maybe it's not the whole city. Oh, pomegranates, that's new. Chickpeas. Have we had chickpeas? We might have had chickpeas before. Pomegranates are definitely new, but I don't know about chickpeas. Lettuce. Is that a food item or a luxury good? Let me take a look at this. Ooh. Oh, it doesn't actually let you buy lettuce. Interesting. Figs. I think we've had figs once, maybe? Maybe not. I don't remember. Most of this is normal. Significant unemployment. Well, actually, I see a lot of immigrants moving in, so it might be these are not full. Yeah, that's part of the issue. Let's see. We can do our own clay. That's nice. Plain stone as well. Okay. Chickpeas and barley. These are conventional farms, but there are meadows up here. Okay. This is a significant amount of farmable area here. I'm not sure how big some of these areas are going to get with when the inundation flows out. This might be it. It's January. Can't remember the monthly cycles. When... Okay, interesting. Senet houses are an option again. All of this is the same as usual. Osiris, Ra, and Ptah. But it said that Osiris had abandoned Egypt, so I don't know how much he's actually going to be doing here. Okay. Starting off displeased. Probably not a good sign. This is all normal. All normal. I think getting up an archer's fort is gonna be high on the priority list to start with. Get some recruiting going. I'm probably honestly gonna leave this area alone to start with. I don't know. Well, tell you what, it's definitely that sort of time to leave the episode. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm going to carefully figure out what exactly we're gonna do here. I can't help but notice that a lot of the stone areas are blocked by dunes. Where are we meant to be doing the actual mining here? None of this works. No. A tiny bit of area up here. What would we even need the plain stone for? Is that something we can sell? This would be faster. No buyers. So I'm not really sure what we would need plain stone for at all. But yeah, I'll definitely look through all of this. Figure out what we're gonna do. That'd be kind of a waste. Again, we've got a gold mine possibility in a spot where the palace cannot be very close. I mean, I guess this is... yeah, it's not too bad, to be fair. Still a little irritating, though, to be honest. But that seems to be the only gold that I'm noticing. A little bit of quarrying up here. Huh. Well, I'm glad we're not going to be using plain stone for much, because we can't get to most of it. A little bit over here, I think? Yeah. Could squeeze in maybe 2. That's odd. Alright, well, with that, I will say thank you for watching. Take care, and farewell. Gosh, I hope they don't come from the south, because there's no way we're protecting this area. Yikes.